Let's begin by understanding what React is. React is more than just a library. It's a powerful tool for building user interfaces. Developed by Facebook, it stands out in creating interactive web and mobile applications. Imagine building a puzzle. React provides you with the pieces, known as components, to efficiently construct and manage your application. Its versatility in both web and mobile app development has made it highly favored among developers worldwide. Are there any questions on React's basic definition? Moving on to the key features of React. First and foremost, its declarative nature. This implies that React allows you to control the flow and state of your application, leading to user interfaces that are more predictable and easier to debug. Picture yourself as a director of a play. With declarative React, you seamlessly guide your actors, the UI components. Next, we have React's component-based architecture. Think of it as Lego blocks, each block being a component that can be reused and combined to create complex user interfaces. Lastly, the Learn Once, Write Anywhere principle. Once you master React, you can apply it in web applications, mobile apps using React Native, and even on the server side with Node.js. Let's explore the virtual DOM, a core concept in React. Imagine the DOM as a tree. Whenever a leaf or element changes, there's no need to repaint the entire tree. React's virtual DOM functions like a blueprint of this tree. It enables React to update only what's necessary in the real DOM, resulting in significant performance improvements. Consider it as having a smart system that knows the minimal effort needed to keep your app's user interface up to date with the changes. Now let's discuss JSX or JavaScript XML. This is where React becomes truly fascinating. JSX allows you to write your UI structure in a syntax similar to HTML but within JavaScript. This means you can integrate HTML elements directly in your JavaScript code, like writing a letter in two languages seamlessly. JSX is not just a syntactic feature. It's a potent tool that makes developing with React more intuitive and efficient. In React, it's all about components. There are two main types, class and functional. Class components are akin to the traditional way of defining components, being ES6 classes that hold and manage state. Conversely, functional components are more contemporary and concise. They are JavaScript functions that accept props and return React elements. With hooks, functional components have become even more robust, enabling the use of state and other React features without writing a class. Understanding state and props is critical in React. State is an object that contains data that may change over the lifecycle of the component. Think of it as the heart of your component, pulsating data that brings life to your user interface. Props, short for properties, are how you pass this data around from parent to child components. Consider props as couriers, carrying data to various components. Lifecycle methods in class components resemble the milestones in a component's life. They allow you to execute code at specific times in the component's lifecycle. For instance, component didMount is utilized when a component is first rendered. Component didUpdate activates when there's a change in the component's state or props, and component willUnmount is employed for cleanup before the component is removed. It's akin to having control over a component's birth, growth, and eventual departure from the screen. React simplifies event handling, aligning it closely with handling events on DOM elements, but with a unique React twist. For example, in React, you use onClick instead of onClick. This minor change is a part of React's declarative nature. Writing defines the action when the button is clicked, directly within the component. It's a direct and intuitive method for managing user interactions. React's conditional rendering and lists function as a dynamic duo in creating interactive user interfaces. Conditional rendering enables your application to display different components or elements based on certain conditions. Imagine a logged-in scenario. You can show a logout button if the user is logged in, and a login button if not, using simple JavaScript operations like ternary conditions. For list rendering, React employs the map function to iterate over arrays and render a list of elements. It's crucial to use a key attribute with lists to provide each element with a stable identity. Fragments in React are akin to invisible wrappers for your components. They allow you to group a list of children without adding extra nodes to the DOM. This is especially useful when returning multiple elements from a component without adding an extra parent element, like a div. It keeps your DOM more streamlined and enhances performance. The syntax is straightforward, using or the shorthand. To conclude, grasping these fundamentals of React is essential for any developer aiming to build efficient and scalable web applications. React's component-based architecture not only renders development more modular and intuitive, but also fosters greater flexibility and reusability in your code. Remember, the strength of React lies in its simplicity and the profoundness of its concepts. Now, let's apply these fundamentals and start crafting some remarkable React applications.